For decades, we were told they were merely harmless water vapor from jet engines, dissipating in minutes. Such a convenient, simple explanation. Most people accepted it without question. But those of us who looked up, who observed the skies with a different kind of attention, knew something wasn't right. These weren't simple contrails. They were lines that persisted, expanded, and eventually merged into a whitish haze that obscured the natural blue. The pattern wasn't random. You could see an intentional grid, crosses and parallel lines covering vast expanses, and the effects on the ground were undeniable. The first reports emerged from rural communities. Farmers who noticed drastic changes in soil composition, imbalances that couldn't be attributed to usual fertilizers or industrial pollution. Lab analyses, conducted discreetly by independent research, began to yield disturbing results. Elevated levels of heavy metals like barium, aluminum, and strontium in rain, soil, and air samples. These weren't typical contaminants. Their concentrations were anomalous, and they coincided with days of intense aerial activity and the formation of those persistent trails. The official scientific community, of course, denied it. They dismissed it as pseudoscience, as mass hysteria. But the evidence mounted. Doctors in certain regions began to record an inexplicable rise in respiratory illnesses, neurological ailments, and skin problems, especially in children and the elderly. Symptoms often receded when the spraying patterns decreased, only to resurface with a resumption of operations. It was a correlation too consistent to be dismissed as mere coincidence. The truth, which we can now unequivocally state, is that yes, chemtrails are a real, orchestrated phenomenon. It's not a theory. It's a global program of aerial aerosol dispersion. The exact purpose remains a subject of debate among those of us who are aware, but the evidence points to a combination of factors: large-scale climate modification to combat or redirect weather phenomena, perhaps experimentation with new atmospheric dispersion technologies, and the manipulation of the chemical composition of our atmosphere and, by extension, our own body. The persistence of these operations, the official silence, and the outright denial only underscore the magnitude of the project. It's a grim reminder of how far certain powers can go to execute hidden agendas, using our very sky as an open-air laboratory, while most of the population remains oblivious, looking up without truly seeing.